Hi, scholars. So let's talk about decimals. When you are adding or subtracting, it's very, very important to line them up. That's my rule for adding or subtracting decimals. You have to make sure that the decimals are lined up because of place value. And you guys already know how to add, for example, 100 plus 25, right? If you added 100 plus 25, that would be 125 because the 1 is in the hundreds place, the 2 is in the tens place, so you have 100, 2 tens, and 5 ones, so that makes sense, right? But what if we had $1 plus 25 cents? Well, you would know that's going to be $1.25 because the 5 stands for 5 parts of a dollar, 5/100ths of a dollar. So when we add here, and then that 2 stands for 2 dimes, 2/10ths of a dollar. So 2 and 0, those add up, and we don't have anything in our ones place except for that 1. So that's pretty easy. That's $1.25. Makes sense. We just bring that decimal place down, you just line them up. What if we didn't do that? Okay, what if we didn't have these extra zeros here? We didn't have the decimal place here, we just had a 1 plus 25. This 1 wouldn't mean the same thing. It wouldn't mean $1. It would mean 1/100th of a dollar. So don't do this. This is wrong. You would end up getting 26 cents. So that's incorrect, right? Because that 1 would mean a penny. You'd have to have a decimal place here and a 0 there. So that's one of the reasons you have to line them up. So let's try 2 example problems, one with addition and one with subtraction. Now, this one, for example, if we're adding 47 and 4/100ths, right? And then we're adding to that 3 and 2/10ths. It's very important that we not move this over, that you have those decimal places lined up. And my recommendation is to have your placeholder 0 there in the 10ths place, right? And now that everything's lined up nice and neat and pretty, and all of the place values make sense, we just add like we normally do, bring that decimal point straight down, and 7 and 3 regroup. So that would be 50 and 24/100ths. That answer makes sense because this number is about 47. This number is about 3, and 47 plus 3 should be a number that's just very close to 50, and this number is very close to 50. So stop and see if your answer makes sense. Now, over here, we have if you have let's say you go to the store, you have a $5 bill. You buy something that costs $1, and with tax, it's 6 extra cents, right? So if we subtracted, for example, incorrectly, let's see if our answer is going to make sense. If we've got the 5 over here, right? Well, 5 minus 6, we can't do that, so we need to regroup. Oh, wait a second. We don't have anywhere to regroup from. So this doesn't even make sense. So let's move the 5 back into the right place, which is here, right? Because we have 5, the equivalent of 5 $1 bills. It's in the ones place. So how many cents we have is 500 cents, okay? Which we can also write as 5.00, $5.00. Make sense? Now we can do the regrouping. Okay, and that when we regroup from here, that becomes a 10, but then we have to regroup over there. So lots of regrouping in that subtraction problem. 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus nothing is 9, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So we would get back $3.94 and change. And you can always double check your subtraction problem by adding these 2 together and see if it ends up being 5. So to sum up, if it's an addition or a subtraction problem and you're working with decimals, my recommendation, what the very first thing we need to do is line up those decimals and you won't be wrong. Thanks, scholars.